Hello my friends, my name is Irvin, also known as Kobuman. In today's video we're going to talk about Reliability Monitor. It's one of those tools that comes with Windows 10 that people don't really talk about or mention, but it's actually a really cool monitor that kind of filters everything out for you when it comes to system issues or system events. So it's similar to Event Viewer, except it's a little bit easier to follow, a little bit easier to navigate through. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's go ahead and pull up Reliability Monitor. You can simply search for it and just type in Reliability Monitor, and what comes up is View Reliability History. Alternative way to get into it is through Control Panel. If you go through Control Panel, select Security Maintenance here, and then expand maintenance, and then from here we need to click on view reliability history. We're going to click on that, and now it expands our reliability monitor once more. So what is, again, reliability monitor? You can think of reliability monitor, for example, as a highly filtered version of event viewer. So instead of giving you all the details for that one day on your computer, it gives you kind of filtered version of it that's much easier to follow, and it kind of mostly points out software updates and critical issues that may happen on your computer. It lists successful and failed software and driver installations, as well crashes, apps, and programs that stopped responding, and other errors, of course, on a time-based scale. So what does that mean? That means it shows you events for every viewer, every day, I'm sorry, just like Event Viewer, except it's a lot more simplified, and it gives you this kind of a graph with dates aligned as this. You can see the only main thing that keep in mind is that reliability monitor only goes back as far as 1 month. So it only gives you 1 month of event viewing when it comes to issues on your computer, which could be good enough to kind of troubleshoot all the computer issues that are happening. So you don't necessarily need to go back over a month ago to figure out what is going on right now with your computer. On top of that, reliability monitor, it can often provide important clues about the cause of sudden changes in system behavior as well, and that can be determined by the events that happened. And it can also kind of give you an idea why, for example, my computer is crashing, what happened with the application, why did it stop, this and that. So again, it's an event viewer in a sense, except it's a lot more user friendly, if you will, or IT support friendly. So with a reliability monitor, let's go ahead and look at an example. And here's a good one. It says here that on October 5th, 2019, something happened. So if we just click on this bar, we can see that it gives you the details as well, but it also points out a critical event with this circle, with a red circle with the X in it, and then we have the warning one, exclamation mark here, which is in yellow, and then we have regular event here, which is in blue. So let's look at the first critical event. It says Windows was not properly shut down, and you can see how it's easily laid out for you, and it gives you the date here, and it says, it's October 5th at 8 a.m. And then, of course, on the right-hand side of it, you can click on View Technical Details, which will give you more information on it if you select that. So you can imagine, let's say your computer is unstable and says, your computer is shutting down just randomly. Windows was not properly shut down. So what does that mean? It means that either somebody pulled the plug, the power went out, or something caused the crash. So let's go ahead and click on View Technical Details, and expands it, and it gives you a little bit more information. But as far as the computer knows, it just knows that Windows was not properly shut down. So this could mean literally that it lost power. And then it also in description it says the previous system shutdown on let's see, what is this, 6 days ago, was unexpected. So it gives you an idea that, hey, this happened also 5 days ago. So that can give you a clue of what might be happening. So you can either ask the user, hey, do you remember it shutting down before? Or you can simply confirm what the user is saying, hey, this happened before. And then you can look at it. You can say, hey, did this happen about 5 days ago? And then you can see that there's a pattern going on here. So very similar to Event Viewer. And of course, I have a video on Event Viewer if you want to check that out. I'll toss a link on the right-hand side here. So let's look at the exclamation one, that it's just a warning, and it says here Google update helper, and it says unsuccessful application reconfiguration, and it happened at on the same day at 8:08 a.m. So let's say somebody's complaining about Google Chrome, for example, because Google Chrome is the only product I have on this computer. And of course, it's going to have a Google Update Helper. And then I can see, well, all right, well, something's going on here. And then obviously it says here unsuccessful application reconfiguration. So I'm going to click on view technical details, and it's going to give me a little bit more information. And again, it kind of repeats what it said earlier here and on the top. And then in the description, it says Windows installer reconfigured the product, and it gives you the product name, and that is Google Update Helper, and it gives you product version, product language, manufacturer, Google LLC, and then it gives you reconfiguration success or error status. So at this point, we don't know what happened, because if it says unsuccessful application reconfiguration, as far as we know, it could be just permission issues. But at least we have an error status, which is the error code 1638. So we can simply Google this and find out on the internet what this error actually means. But again, it could be just simple permissions issue, and if user is complaining about Google not working properly, or Google Chrome or this and that, this kind of gives you a clue, at least a starting point. So let's just look at some of the blue events that happened, and informational events are down here. And then again, you can see there is another Google Update Helper, and then it says here successful application reconfiguration, and it happened kind of exact same time where it unsuccessfully did it. So that means most likely that it did get its permissions that needed to do so, and then it actually did it. So we can kind of confirm here that that was successful, and we can see that the error status is 0. So right away we can see, well, that's not the problem. Just because it failed here, it actually succeeded below here. So we're done with the Google issue here. And then of course we just have a regular event, and it says here cumulative update for .NET framework for Windows 10, and it says successful Windows update. So generally speaking, informational events are just that. It gives you information that something usually just happen normally, and that is also good to know, so that way we can kind of exclude those things as possible problems for this PC. So with this tool, we can just keep going and scrolling through all the events. You can see some of them are just blank. There's basically just means there's no issues on those days. And then we got, again, just the blue event that happened, and it's just normal. But the ones we want to kind of concentrate on here are the ones that are critical events. For example, this setup host.exe stopped responding on October 13th at 8:53 a.m. And then we can just keep going and kind of look at those issues and see what happened, and it kind of gives you a really good starting point when it comes to figuring out what is wrong with all of these computer issues that may be happening. And sure, I can go through all this stuff together with you, and let's just go ahead and take a quick look. This one looks a little bit different because it's a setup host.exe, and it says again stop responding at 8:53 a.m. and it gives you quite a bit more detail, and this is going to vary from program to program, of course, but again, it gives you starting place to help you troubleshoot what the issue is. And for example, this one says stopped interacting with Windows and it was closed. To see more information about the problem, check the problem history in the security maintenance control panel. So it gives you another starting point here. It also gives you application path in some cases, and you can see where this program is located, and this is a Windows component. And then let's look at the something similar, and it says for this yellow exclamation mark right underneath it, it says Notepad++, unsuccessful application installation. And we can see more details of this one as well. Again, this one happened on 8:51 a.m. and it says Windows install the product, blah, 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 and then installation success or error status. So this is most likely a failed installation, and then we can look up again what the error is to clarify that information. Well, there you have it, guys. This is a very useful tool in my opinion if you don't want to look all the information in the event viewer, if you find that confusing, because I can see how event viewer could be harder to navigate through, especially for new people to tech support. So hey, if you get an issue from a user or a report or user reports an issue, it says, hey, my computer's unstable, I don't know what's going on. Reliability monitor is a good place to start to give you a quick look to see what's going on with that PC. All right, I hope you like this video. Please share it with friends. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave any likes, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.